Matthew 14:34 to 36. When they had crossed over, they landed at Gennesaret. And when the men of that place recognized Jesus, they sent word to all the surrounding country. People brought their sick to him and begged him to let the sick touch the edge of his cloak, and all who touched it were healed.
So in that passage we've just read, Jesus and the disciples get moving again. I don't know if we've noticed how much moving is involved in Jesus' ministry. He doesn't stay in one place. They've crossed now into Gennesaret, which of course is also the name they use sometimes for the whole lake, but it was a region. So they're moving, they're doing a tour, they've hit the road. And Jesus is trying to find a little bit of space, in essence. And I don't know about you, but Jesus was a bit of a celebrity. And I wouldn't wish celebrity on anyone. I wouldn't want to just be so aware that every time I leave the house, I have to make sure my hair's right, I have to make sure I look okay. Whether I'm having a good day or a bad day, people might come up to me and say, "Oh, can I have a selfie? Can I have a photograph? Are you who I think you are?" Well, I don't know. How do you answer that question? Who do you think I am? And then it sounds really big-headed. Celebrities are constantly bugged for attention. You can't have a romantic meal out with your wife if you're a celebrity, unless you employ bodyguards to keep normal people away. It must be a really hard life. You know, if you get photographed looking a little bit tired or a little bit rough, you might be in the newspaper or or in one of the magazines where they circle like going, this celebrity's looking old. It's really unpleasant. And I think Jesus experiences a little bit of that here. So even in his morning, Jesus feeds the 5,000, and then he does this amazing walking on water trick. And then when they get off the boat, people instantaneously recognise him. You know, still mourning, they bring Jesus all their sick and inflicted and ill, and they go, "Come on, Jesus, do your thing." And I just wonder what that would be like for Jesus. I just wonder, you know, to have these people, you know, do your trick, do your healings. You know, and all of these people are unwell, and, you know, the very human reaction would be, what if these guys have infectious diseases? You know, leprosy, for instance. You know, the society snubbed lepers. The human response to leprosy is distance, get away from them. But Jesus came close. Jesus got in the mess, in the illness, and even in mourning. Even in these moments of sadness, Jesus has compassion for those who need to be made well again. And this passage just really strikes me. You know, Jesus may well have been feeling tired and heartbroken, but that doesn't block his compassion for those who were considered by humans to be unworthy. Considered by humans to be on the fringes of society or outcasts to it. Jesus loves so much that even his own mourning because a family member has died in a horrible and gruesome way that may well remind him or tell him of some of what will happen to himself. Jesus' love is so much for those who are unloved. Do you remember the story in John chapter 5 where the sick gathered around the pool of Bethsaida and they waited, and when they saw the water stir, you know, they would rush in and hope to be healed? This scene with the people flocking around Jesus, I think, sort of reminds me a little of that. So they're sitting there waiting, come on, where's Jesus going? Where's Jesus? He's there, let's go. Of course they want to be healed, and when you hear of someone who's healing the sick, the blind, who's healing the lepers, you know, those who are demon possessed, you know, People suddenly care about those who had not been cared about for years, and they're really excited by that, and I totally get that. But in this moment where people flock to Jesus, we see his godliness and his humanity. You know, maybe for me, I see it more clearly than in many other passages. You just know he's going to be aching inside. He's going to be mourning, he's going to be tired. He's had a busy time. The feeding of the 5,000, followed by the walking on water, with the sad news just beforehand. And then people just keep coming. Heal me, heal my brother, heal my family. Here we see the godliness of Jesus and the humanness of Jesus totally and beautifully intertwined.